How can we check? Well, we can use this function on the output of LM to produce a QQ plot. So when I run this, you get a plot like this. So how can you interpret the QQ plot? Well, the red line is what your residuals should do if they were normally distributed. So if your points here, each point is a residual, if your points follow the red line, more or less, they are normally distributed. So to be honest, this looks good. If you want to have actually p-values, you can use this line of code. When I run this, I get p-values that will tell me whether the residuals are normally distributed or not. So you see he's doing 4 tests. The only 2 tests that are relevant here is Shapiro-Wilk and Anderson-Darling. Kolmogorov-Smirnov is a very old test and nobody uses it anymore. It's considered outdated and not very accurate. So never look at this. And then we have this one. I don't know why they added, but I have never run this, and I run this occasionally, this function here. I have never run this and seen it produce anything else than a 0 here. So look at Shapiro-Wilk and Anderson-Darling. They often agree because they do more or less the same. If these p-values are higher than 0.05, yes, the residuals are normally distributed. But here again, you have to make sure that if you have a lot of residuals, this is not that much, it's around 20, 25. But if you have a lot of residuals, again, you end up in the scenario where these tests are too stringent. They are not made for very large data sets. So in that case, if you have a lot of residuals, look at the QQ plot. That's the most informative thing to do then. Or make a histogram, that would also be a possibility. The last plot from this package that statisticians like to make, although I don't do it, but some of them do, is this one, the residuals versus fitted values plot. So here you have the means. So the 2 groups, and for each group here you see the residuals. What you look at here is the spread itself. So you can here already see the spread in the data set. So if this group is very different than this one. So the QQ plot is important, and for intermediate sized data sets, these tests are important. So yes, residuals in this data set are normally distributed.